Welcome back, and let's take a quick look now at some brand stories from around the globe. And CocaCola choosing World Kindness Day to flood its social media accounts with nearly 100 pieces of content created with the help of noted street artists. The brand is on a mission to become the most optimistic brand on social media, and the hashtag Refresh the Feed campaign marks the start of a new social strategy steeped in optimism, upliftment and connection. And Los Angeles-based startup Within launching a new app called Wonderscope, which helps children learn how to read through augmented reality, voice recognition, and spatial story design.
We better get going now. Grandma has a lot of seeds for us to plant.
Can I touch it? That's cool.
What if you fall?
What you got there?
I'll get crushed to death by the thousands of tons of water.
Oh, look at that.
That's crashing down below me.
Is that a good idea at your age?
Age ain't nothing but a number. Here we go. Time to blow away some wrinkles.
That is wild.
Quick, to Grandma's.
But I don't even know where I am.
No, Red, don't go away.
Well, there she is. Look at her. Is that a motorcycle?
There it is. You found it.
We did it.
There we go.
And locally, Nandos is at it again, and this time has an ad for what it terms all you people.
What is it about you people who assume I'm running from something?
Oh, that I work here. She works here.
I don't work here.
Ugh. You people.
Lekker zelf. Duidelijk, bra. See, what is it with you people and the accents? Holland, Chaya!
And you people think we all look the same?
Oh, I love that beach.
It's beach, not beach, auntie.
It's canty.
You know, you people.
You people. You people to me. You people!
You people are talking so loud to me.
And why do you people think we like chicken so much? You people are all the same.
Yeah, no, come on.
We ordered you extra hot.
Around 2016, YouTube introduced a 6-second bumper ad to their platform, a lot less painful for the user than, I guess, the traditional unskippable 30 and 45 incarnations. And 6 seconds seems to be the sweet spot, I'm told, for audiences and marketers. I need to be convinced. But what does this mean for effective and creative storytelling? Someone who's going to lift the curtain on that for us in a little more than 6 seconds is Darren Mansour, founder of So Interactive. It's a strategic digital agency. We should just have this interview in 6 seconds.
Yes,
you know that,
exactly.
because that would put you to the test.
Exactly.
Explain this to me. Why 6 seconds? I don't get it.
So I think a big thing what we've found is behavior on social media.
And your time's up. No, just kidding.
Social media has become a place where people are consuming massive amounts of content. And attention span is obviously shifting quite dramatically. So we're finding that the shorter the time that the ad is rolling, the more engaged the consumer is, and they can move on to the content that they were potentially watching. So it really allows for the consumer to be quick, off the cuff, watch what they're going, and move on to what they want.
I wonder if there's anything sort of neurological about 6 seconds, though. I mean, if we get to 7 seconds or 10 seconds, or are we already starting to lose the plot?
So they're saying that 3.7 seconds, you need to hook the user in, and I think that is definitely still stands against our traditional medias. But 6 seconds is a good place to tell a strong message, a strong visual, and even cut the sound from the video as well, because people aren't watching with sound in many cases.
Are you also suggesting then that if we're so focused on this 6 second storytelling, and I'm going to ask you in a moment how you tell a story in 6 seconds, but is that longer form commercial dead?
No, I think it's the as I said.
Hear that noise? That's the sign of big advertising agencies breathing a sigh of relief.
So I think that the biggest thing is in any space that you're on, whether it's TV or whether you end up in a mobile space or if you're on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, whatever it may be, the user needs to see the content in the way that they behave.
Seed the conversation within 6 seconds, drive the audience to where there is something perhaps more for them, if that is your particular strategy.
Creating a continuous brand feel from 30-second all the way down to 6-second allows for a better brand recall.
How do you tell a story in 6 seconds, my friend?
So using a single message line, strong visual. I think with bigger brands that are shooting larger commercials or still in the TV space, I think if you're just thinking about 30-second cut downs to 30, 15 and 6, you can make a huge impact with that as well.
Are brands getting this?
I don't think yet.
Yeah. Why?
I think that just about education in the market. I think that a lot more brands need to be open to it. And the objective needs to be clear as well of what we're going to achieve with 6-second content or 6-second ads. I mean, we're feeling that it's definitely a brand awareness that is where it's driving very strongly, and I think that is fantastic. I mean, we've seen the results that there's much more brand recall or brand lift with these types of ads rather than...
How do you know that?
The data from what YouTube and what Facebook and that are telling us based on their studies, like YouTube did a campaign with 600 ads and there was a 31% brand recall based on over than a 30-second ad that was done in the same space.
That's QED. I mean, that kind of tells me exactly where this industry is going. Do you think it's a fad, or do you think that we're going to say, are you going to come back next year and you say, Jeremy, the next big thing is, guess what? A 3-second.
Yeah, it's a good question because I think this market's evolving every day. Like we're moving now into the vertical video space, and they also need to be quick and punchy. We're going from less high production quality video downwards to a more realistic or authentic. We're shooting with mobile phone, etc. Maybe it will change, but I think where we're at right now, the consumer's not changing. Their behaviors are shifting on a day-to-day basis. The content needs to be relevant to them to make sure that 6 seconds is what we're not interrupting them too much.
This interview, by the way, is about 6.5 or 7 minutes, and I'm being told by my production team that we're out of time.
Okay.
It's all about time today, isn't it, Darren? But a fascinating insight, it really is, and thank you so much for joining us.
No, brilliant. Thank you for the
Darren
time.
Manzo. Next on the program, the world's first ever commercial, and wait for this one, written entirely by artificial intelligence.